The Art of Letting Go by Nick Trenton. Introduction. We all carry emotional weight. Trauma from our past, pain from relationships, disappointment from failure, and anxiety about the future. In The Art of Letting Go, Nick Trenton offers a deeply personal, yet universally applicable guide to emotional freedom. This is not just a book. It's a gentle conversation, a kind, healing voice that urges you to release the grip of anxiety, perfectionism, people-pleasing, and guilt. Trenton shows you that healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about letting go of who you're not. This audiobook-style summary presents the core messages, themes, and exercises in the book to help you heal from within, gain emotional clarity, and walk lighter in life. Let this be your invitation to pause, breathe, and begin the journey of release. Chapter 1. Understanding why letting go is hard. Letting go is unnatural to the human mind. Our brains are wired for survival. This means holding on to pain, rehashing the past, and forecasting the future in anxious loops. According to Trenton, the fear of letting go stems from identity. We often fuse our self-worth with our trauma. The pain becomes a part of who we think we are. We cling to past relationships because we equate their loss with our failure. We hold on to guilt because we think it will make us better people. We dwell on mistakes because we confuse overthinking with growth. But none of this truly helps. Letting go is not forgetting, ignoring, or pretending it didn't matter. It is accepting that we cannot rewrite the past. We cannot control others. We can only choose our response. The first step is awareness. Start noticing what you're clinging to. Is it a person, a role, a past version of yourself? Write it down. Observe it. This begins the process of emotional untangling. Chapter 2. Emotional hoarding. Nick introduces the idea of emotional hoarding, the tendency to collect and hold on to emotional debris long after its usefulness has expired. Just like clutter in our homes, emotional hoarding creates a noisy, chaotic internal environment. He explains how many of us carry resentments from years ago, expectations from parents or society, unresolved conversations and imaginary arguments, perceived slights and betrayals. These things live rent-free in our minds, draining our energy. The problem is not just that they exist, but that we replay them daily. The antidote is to treat your mind like a home. Ask, if I didn't already have this thought, would I go out and get it? Would you invite in guilt, shame, or old heartbreak today? Letting go involves emotional decluttering. You don't have to solve everything. You just need to decide what you no longer want to carry. Chapter 3. Releasing the need for closure. One of the most liberating insights from the book is this. Closure is an illusion. We often delay healing because we wait for closure. A final conversation, an apology, a perfect explanation. But the truth is, many people who hurt us will never apologize. Many questions will never be answered, and that's okay. Nick encourages us to create our own closure. Instead of waiting for someone to give us peace, we give it to ourselves. This means writing the letter you'll never send, saying goodbye without being heard, accepting that silence is also a form of communication. Letting go is realizing that you don't need every loose end tied up. Healing is messy. It doesn't come with a neat conclusion. Sometimes peace is simply choosing to stop asking why. Chapter 4. Letting go of the ideal self. We often carry a version of ourselves we wish we were. The flawless, always calm, endlessly productive version. And every time we fall short of that ideal, we punish ourselves with guilt, shame, and frustration. Nick calls this the false self, the avatar we chase to gain validation and worth. But chasing this ideal traps us in cycles of self-criticism. True freedom lies in self-acceptance. You are not a project to be fixed. You are a person to be understood. Letting go of the ideal self means embracing imperfection, forgiving yourself for being human, allowing mistakes without harsh self-judgment. Instead of self-improvement, Trenton suggests self-inquiry. Ask, who am I when I stop trying to impress others? That's the real you. Chapter 5. The Myth of Control. One of the deepest roots of anxiety is control. We try to control our future, people's opinions of us, and every possible outcome. When things slip beyond our grip, we spiral. Nick reframes control as a form of fear. We control because we don't trust. We try to manage life because we're scared of uncertainty. But letting go is not about becoming passive. It's about redirecting your energy toward what you can influence. Your thoughts, your reactions, your daily habits. Letting go of control is learning to live with uncertainty. It's choosing peace over perfection. It's realizing that surrender is not weakness, it's wisdom. Chapter 6. Letting go of people-pleasing. One of the silent destroyers of inner peace is the need to please others. Many of us have been conditioned to put others' needs before our own, to smile when we're hurting, to say yes when we want to say no, and to constantly seek validation through approval. Nick Trenton reveals that people-pleasing isn't kindness. It's fear wearing a mask, the fear of rejection, the fear of being disliked, the fear of disappointing someone. But here's the truth. You are allowed to disappoint others in order to be true to yourself. Letting go of people-pleasing means setting boundaries and sticking to them, being okay with someone not liking your decision, realizing that your worth isn't dependent on others' happiness. You cannot control how people respond to your boundaries. You can only control how you honor yourself. Chapter 7. The Weight of Self-Judgment. We all have an inner critic, that voice that says, "You should have known better. You always mess things up. You're not doing enough." According to Nick, this voice is not you. It's a collection of voices from your past, parents, teachers, society, echoing through your thoughts. But the problem is that we believe it. We confuse that voice with truth. Self-judgment keeps us stuck in shame. It makes us afraid to try, to fail, or to rest. But healing begins when we speak to ourselves like we would to a dear friend. Letting go of self-judgment means rewriting your self-talk, interrupting the inner critic with compassion, reminding yourself daily, you are enough, you are trying, you are growing. Forgiveness begins not with others, but with yourself. Chapter 8. Understanding emotional triggers. Emotions don't just appear. They are responses to perceived threats, often rooted in past experiences. Trenton helps us see that triggers are teachers. They are signals that something inside us still needs healing. When you feel deep anger over a small comment, panic over harmless situations, sadness that feels disproportionate, pause, ask, what is this really about? Is this emotion from now or from then? Letting go doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means feeling them fully, listening to them, and then choosing your response. You are allowed to feel your feelings without acting on them. Emotional mastery is not control, it's awareness. Chapter 9. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is one of the most misunderstood concepts in healing. Many believe that to forgive is to excuse the wrong, to forget the betrayal, or to welcome the person back into your life. Nick clears this up. Forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. Holding on to anger, resentment, or betrayal is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. You don't forgive because they deserve it. You forgive because you deserve peace. Forgiveness is a process. Sometimes you forgive the same person 1,000 times in your heart. That's okay. Letting go through forgiveness means releasing the emotional grip someone has on you, declaring, you no longer control how I feel, choosing peace over revenge. It's not about what they did, it's about how you choose to move forward. Chapter 10. The Power of Present Moment Awareness. One of the greatest sources of suffering is living in the past or future. Regret and anxiety are time travelers. One pulls you back, the other pushes you forward. But peace is found only in the now. Nick Trenton introduces the idea of mindfulness as a practice of release. When you are in the present, you are not thinking about what went wrong or what might happen. You are simply being. Simple mindfulness tools include focusing on your breath, noticing your five senses, grounding yourself in your body. Letting go happens now, not when something changes, not when someone apologizes, not when life is perfect, right now. The more you train your attention to return to this moment, the less power your emotional baggage has over you. Chapter 11. Let go of the narrative. We all have a story about ourselves. For some, it sounds like, I always get hurt. Nothing ever works out for me. I'm not lovable. These stories aren't facts. They are beliefs formed in moments of pain. But here's the thing. Just because something feels true doesn't mean it is true. Nick emphasizes that the stories we repeat become the identities we wear. Letting go means rewriting the narrative. It means asking, is this story serving me? Who would I be without this belief? You are not your past. You are not your trauma. You are not your worst moment. You are the storyteller, and you can choose a new story. Chapter 12. Acceptance is the gateway. Many people think letting go means fixing everything first. But in truth, letting go often begins with radical acceptance. Acceptance is not the same as resignation. It doesn't mean you approve of everything that happened. It means you stop resisting what is. You accept that. The past cannot be changed. Other people cannot be controlled. Life is uncertain. This acceptance creates space, and in that space you find the strength to let go. Nick offers this powerful reminder. Acceptance is a choice, and the moment you choose it, you are already healing. Chapter 13. Rewriting your inner dialogue. One of the most transformational practices in emotional healing is learning to change the way we talk to ourselves. As Nick Trenton explains, we become the words we hear the most, especially when those words come from our own minds. Many of us have been unknowingly repeating phrases like, I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. No one really cares. These internal scripts become automatic, but they aren't truth. They're habits, and habits can be changed. Letting go begins with replacing negative self-talk with gentle, supportive inner dialogue. Start with affirmations that feel believable. I'm doing my best today. I'm allowed to make mistakes. I deserve peace. The more you speak with kindness, the more your nervous system learns that it's safe to relax, safe to grow, and safe to let go. Chapter 14. The illusion of perfection. Perfectionism is a prison made of invisible bars. It keeps us overthinking, procrastinating, and feeling never quite good enough. We chase flawlessness, hoping it will bring us love, success, or inner calm. But as Nick shows, perfection is unattainable, and trying to achieve it only increases anxiety. It tells us, you're only worthy when, but that when never comes. Letting go of perfectionism means embracing progress over perfection. It means showing up as you are, messy and unfinished, and knowing that's enough. It also means giving yourself permission to try and fail, speak and stutter, create and revise. Perfection doesn't create connection. Vulnerability does. And that begins with letting go of the impossible standard. Chapter 15. Creating space to heal. In our busy, overstimulated lives, we often forget that healing requires space. Space to breathe, space to reflect, space to feel. Nick encourages us to make room for silence and solitude, not as escapes, but as environments where letting go can happen. This means spending time alone without distraction, disconnecting from social media regularly, journaling your thoughts and emotions, taking slow walks, sitting with your breath. These aren't luxuries, they're lifelines. Healing is not about doing more. It's about doing less so you can hear what your soul has been trying to say. Letting go requires stillness. In the quiet, the pain comes up, but so does the wisdom. Chapter 16. Letting go of the what-ifs. One of the biggest barriers to peace is the fear of future pain. We ask, what if I fail? What if they leave? What if I make the wrong choice? These what-ifs trap us in anxiety. They create a false sense of control. We believe that if we worry enough, we'll be prepared. But worry doesn't prepare you. It paralyzes you. Nick helps us understand that the future is not something we can hold. It's something we meet moment by moment. Letting go of the what-ifs means learning to trust yourself, life, the process. It's reminding yourself, I will handle whatever comes when it comes. You don't need all the answers now. You just need to be here, now. Chapter 17, Carry Only What's Yours. Many of us are carrying emotional baggage that was never ours to begin with. Family expectations, cultural pressure, generational trauma, the need to be strong for everyone else. Nick encourages you to take a long, honest look at what you're holding and ask, is this really mine? Do I want to keep carrying this? Letting go is not selfish. It's self-preserving. You are not responsible for other people's happiness. You are not required to suffer to prove your love. You do not need to shrink so others can feel comfortable. Letting go means setting the heavy load down and walking forward lighter. It means declaring, I choose peace over burden. I choose myself. Chapter 18, Building Emotional Resilience. Letting go doesn't mean you'll never be hurt again. Life will still bring challenges, but what changes is your ability to handle them. Nick talks about the importance of building emotional resilience, your inner ability to recover, adapt, and stay grounded in the face of emotional storms. Resilience comes from practicing mindfulness, cultivating gratitude, surrounding yourself with supportive people, developing a strong sense of self. When you are emotionally resilient, pain doesn't break you, it shapes you. Letting go becomes easier when you know that you will be okay no matter what happens, that you are strong enough to feel, to release, and to begin again. Chapter 19, The Power of Surrender. In the end, letting go is about surrender, not giving up, but giving in to the flow of life. Surrender is not defeat. It's the courageous choice to stop fighting battles you cannot win, like the past, other people's choices, or the need for certainty. Nick beautifully describes surrender as the path to inner freedom. It means trusting that healing will happen in its own time, releasing the pressure to get over it fast, opening your heart to the unknown. Surrender is soft, but it's also powerful. It's the art of saying, I trust myself, I trust life, I trust that letting go is not losing, it's returning to peace. Chapter 20, Living Lightly. The ultimate goal of letting go is not to have a perfect life. It's to have a lighter one. A life where your past doesn't weigh you down, your thoughts don't torment you, and your future doesn't scare you. Nick ends the journey with this invitation. Choose lightness. Choose laughter. Choose moments of joy. Choose to live like someone who is free, because you are. Letting go is not a single act. It's a daily practice. Some days you will feel light, others you will fall back into heaviness. But each time you release even a little, you heal. You don't have to carry everything. You never did. Let this be your reminder. It is safe to let go. Conclusion, your healing is your power. You are not broken. You are becoming. Every tear shed, every truth spoken, every burden released. This is your healing in motion. The art of letting go teaches us that peace doesn't come from fixing yourself. It comes from freeing yourself, from guilt, from shame, from the stories that no longer serve you. Nick Trenton offers not a blueprint, but a hand to hold. This journey is yours. Walk it slowly, walk it kindly, and above all, walk it lightly. You are worthy of peace, you are ready for freedom, and you are not alone. Let go, not because it's easy, but because it's time.